Welcome to Masterin The Matrix with your host, Mimsy, a Master in the Matrix Zone. And you are tuned in to Masterin The Matrix one more time. About to drop some more truth on you. Understand what the Matrix is.
Do you want to know what it is? The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Follow me.
Where is he? Concentrate on the job. Don't disturb the doctor.
It's a fact, you know, Israelites go way back. Falling up Jerusalem, the banging in Masada. Now I know my history, whoever want a problem, we can solve it. 38 revolver, those prescriptions, physical or lyrical. Better get the picture, he a geeker. Should listen to what's coming through your speakers. The Judites I die for will slap up your preacher. And it's real like that, fuck how you feel about that? Down with Christ, he be begging for the faith, get your mind straight. And seek his face instead of boosting the crime rate. Prophecy and warfare, consider it my mind state. Black like the book of Job, 30 and 30. True Jews live in the ghetto and act dirty, you ain't heard it. Enough sense to pray to him early. Most people think he white, but most people ain't worried. Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black man. Judah was a black man. Joseph was a black man. So tell me who is a black man?
Spit for a Lord and Mathis and Cochran. Royalty, been Israel, about to get shit poppin'. I bang the phone while I'm talking your doctrine. I ride with the God of Abraham and it ain't no stopping a black man with the faith that make the earth shake. Satan slept with Eve, she was the first to birth hate. Now we been deceived by the snake and take not give. We were kicked out of Jerusalem, now look where we live. In America, that's Babylon prepared for slaughter. I'm an enemy of the state fighting the new world order. The mouthpiece for the elders and youth and have-nots. Young males, daughters of Israel don't have pops. I'ma lay it down, Judah black into the ground. And the Holy Spirit, that's what got you wrapped up in the sound. I'm a scat man, giving rats a cat scan. Why they hating all of the nations came from a black man.
Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black man. Judah was a black man. Joseph was a black man. So tell me who is a black man?
7 3, you gon' get a burn back if you don't turn back and learn that them real Israelites black. Chapter 1, Songs of Solomon say he a black man. Then tell me how they turn right then and right then. You shoulda knew they were Satan. The ones who say they Jews and do lie. The synagogue of Satan. The one who speaks is burnt in the oven. I'm patiently waiting. And since Joseph was mistaken for Egyptian by all his brothers like me, then black had to be his color like no other. Even had to be his trying to wake up Jacob by spitting the mic. It's worth their life. See them Israelites got that birthright.
Abraham was a black man. Isaac was a black man. Jacob was a black man. So tell me who is a black man? Christ was a black man. Judah was a black man. Joseph was a black man. So tell me who is a black man?
I am no white God. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppression? I have no white God. It's just a black messiah. A white God that bless, so him not blesses. I have no white God. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppression? I have no white God. It's just a black messiah. If a white God that bless, so him not bless. I want what is rightful mine, so me not stay mute. Your system is designed to distract me from the truth, but it will come to pass. Unknown unto the youth. In the process of time, we will know the truth. To give we white God to praise in slavery. The doctrine follow on in the black community. The black messiah you try to shield with fantasy, but we not gonna make you destroy the love with luxury. That's why you have to touch home. I have no place in Babylon. As I go, they make me victim of their unjust action. Oh God, I won't be conquered in this region. Oh yes, I have to stand and go strong. Don't tell me of your white God. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppress? I am no white God. It's just a black messiah. A white God that bless you, him not bless. Oh, me face contact with anger, cause that no right. Oh, good all things good and valuable must be white. So what about the black that did the most in life? You want your white supremacy. Watching me as you change the version of the Bible. Who you watching? Remember, I know do evil won't go unpunished. Bear your iniquity, you have no wisdom or wit. All evilous people shall sink in a I have no white God. Don't teach me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppression? I have no white God. It's just a black messiah. If a white God that bless, no him not bless his love. I've no white God. Don't tell me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppress? I have no white God. It's just a black messiah. If a white God that bless, so him not bless. Cause when I trod this life, Moses with the rod. With one strong bucket till Almighty Father God is the only second party. Dance is love. We guide me through the darkness where the Eden dodge. There wasn't any doubt, but a voice that made to shout. Behold, that I youth have complete the road. I have no white God. Don't tell me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from what? no white God. Don't tell me anything wrong. Who the white God save me from white man oppress? I am no white God. It's just a black messiah. If a white God don't bless, so him not bless. That's why we want what's right for us. Children of men, how long will you be every war till it don't be vex? Why seek what is mine? Just make it to the east. Salvation and desperate. Well read. Positively clear. The people in the world keep forgetting them past and them gone astray. Some may burn them every day. That them no love conspiracies as a talk and never fail. Positively clear. The people in the world are lost for them top class. Never wait. Think you're actually there. You tour, you go back and you a snake in the grass. Me and the youths are trod one away. Melchizedek way. Yeah. So if you see me and the youths, I'm treading to the earth. We have to tread it King Selassie way. Yeah, yeah, treading this one away. Have to tread it one away. Yeah, yeah. Them send 50, 60, 70 big and me slew them off in space and one day. Well then, you see, the people in the West, the one of them gone crazy. Love to big up them chest, yet them they in a slavery. Them can't have no food without no money. So foolish is the man in fruitful Zion, yet them hungry. I tell you, Tefit, cleanse your ways, clean up your heart, get to you. No bother guys, me say, oh no, first this heart. Babylon a speak soul and heart. Them don't get them peace and no heart to walk. That's why me come to try it one away. Melchizedek way. Yeah. So if you see me on the youth, I'm treading through the earth, me treading King Selassie way. Well then, you see, the prime ministers know what I go along. And them sell out the youths to the Queen of England. The whole of them happy bow when them see me turban. Me drop heavy authority fever be wrong. Melchizedek, hard and never yet wrong. When we chanting, I have been given the black redemption. Wanna careful of your words and the food where you and them. From the youths grow them with that organization. So boil, better wolf is centralization. And Emperor Selassie is an Ethiopian reign in the heart of flesh. From Mount Zion me come for every Israelite. Out of Babylon show me who will step out for repatriation. No cut no more tooth, no bother kill no younger one. So rise and take a stand, you better know if you walk. Selassie is the almighty man, confuse not your heart. Them side me turban, conspiracies are talk. Emmanuel so watch out because him a go rock. We have to throw this one away. That's the first and only way. Hey, so if you see I and the youth them treading through that King Alpha and Omega way. Well then, the whole of them hold it secretive, but for me one now. Burn them corners and them crevices, what attitude they show. I need to see every youth grow. Live in love, come make it reason and flow. Oh, watch all the seed where you are so. Can't plant corn on a piece you want it. And me happy try it one away. Happy try it one away. Hey, them send 50, 60, 70,000. Me slaughter them in space and one day. You see, me said the people them in the West, the one of them gone crazy. Yet them love to big up them chest, yet them they in a slavery. Them can't have no food without no money. So foolish is the man in fruitful Zion, yet him hungry. So clean up your ways, cleanse up your heart. Use no bother guess because I own no first we start. Babylon has seek their soul and the heart. Get the in peace and now him want to walk. That's why me come fit run it one away.
Yes. Welcome back to Masterin The Matrix, July 15th, 2015. Another episode of Raw Truth coming to you once again. This is your host, Mims, the Master in the Matrix Zone. And I got my partner, Isaiah, with me here to break down the truth out of the holy book of the good word. Okay, and to give you some understanding of exactly what this matrix is so you can master that. Okay, master your situation. Master the current reality that you have to experience. And you create your own reality, which is your experience. You understand that? So get the understanding of what's going on out here. Get the understanding. Okay, because there's people out here trying to master you. You understand? There's people out here trying to master you. So in order to save yourself, you got to take heed onto the good word of wisdom that we're about to bring out. the truth, okay, as spoken of in the Holy Scriptures, the Holy Bible. We're going to go into Psalms, the 64th chapter, and just bring out the vibration, okay, because there's people out here, like I said, trying to master you and trying to master everyone else on the earth, setting themselves up as God, okay, so they're trying to control you. This is a slavery situation that you're dealing with here today. You're not free, okay, just look all around you. Everything you have to do it by permission. You have to do it by license. You understand? You need another man or another group of people's permission to do what you have to do in this world. Okay, so those things are totally unnecessary. Certification is understandable. Okay? A diploma, credit. A good word to back up your deeds and records of the things that you've done. That's understandable. But license and permission, what's that about? That's about control over your life and your liberty. And all that is being questioned. All of that is being brought into question. Because ultimately what you're doing is you're worshiping a bunch of men or women. They're setting themselves up as gods and goddesses. You understand? But there's no gods and goddesses over you. There's no gods and goddesses over you. There's only one living power. And that one living power is over you and within you and part of you. Okay, so that's what the real deal is. The reality is you're dealing with the illusion, the appearance that things go otherwise, that there's people that rule over you. There's people that are in charge of you, that have authority over you and dictate to you what you ought to do and what you should not do. So who are you serving? You serving the one you believe is your maker, your creator, that already sown laws within you in your heart? Or you serving man by being fearful, being obedient out of fear, and not reasonable, not breaking things down with the logic to understand the unfairness, the unjustness of the situation that you're dealing with. But we're here to bring it out and expose it. We're here to talk about it. Psalms, the 64th chapter, brother. Let's go into it.
Psalm 64th chapter. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy.
See that? We're not dealing with fear of the enemy. So through the power of the Most High, the intervention of the divine power, we overcome fear through the spirit of the power. Read on.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
See that? They hold counsel in secret. They conspire. Their counsel is a conspiracy against you and the majority of the people, the masses, you, me, and damn near everybody that's not part of them. Okay, so we have to deal with the people that are conspiring against us. So when they act, they acting out the things that they conspire in secret. All these things that they do is things that they have planned in secret, meaning they've excluded you and they have not put you on or informed you of the things that they're implementing. They didn't get your consent. Remember the whole concept of a society, the basis of that? Voluntary consent. A voluntary association, see? But they're doing these things without your consent, without your knowledge or consent. How about that? You think that's valid? You think that's a valid agreement, contract? Read.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
See, we have to be protected by the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. These people work crimes. Crimes is iniquity. So they rise up. An insurrection is a rising up of these criminals. See? So they do these things in secret. They conspire, they conjure and plan up ways to destroy you, to oppress you, to keep you down in secret. And then they come out in the open. The politicians, the so-called leaders, the officials, the authorities, as you say, they come out and speak out openly and tell you they're doing something and they have plans to do things, but they're not telling you the whole story. And they're twisting the real story. So through divine intervention, we have protection from that. Once we walk in wisdom, in the spirit of understanding, with the knowledge. Read on.
Who wet their tongue like a sword.
They wet their tongue like a sword. See, they prepare their words. They prepare their words and speeches. Read on.
And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right, see? And they bend their bows, even with bitter words. See? So the words like the words of the Patriot Act. See? The words of the Patriot Act and other like statutes or acts, rules and codes that they write. These are like arrows. These are arrows. In the New Testament, it's called darts. See, when you're being attacked by the devil, and you have to have this armor on to protect you from this attack. It's not a physical armor, it's a spiritual armor. And it said what? That you will be protected from the fiery darts of the wicked. The darts, the arrows, the same thing it's talking about. These are the words that they craftily prepare in secret, in council. Words as sharp as a blade. See? So they wet their tongue like a sword. Wet their tongue like a sword. Wet means to sharpen. See? So they take the time out to carefully break down lies to make you put your trust and confidence in them. You understand? This is what the truth is. So the reality is you have the masses of the people that fall for that. They get hypnotized. See? They drink the Kool-Aid. They take the blue pill. So they don't see what's really going on. That they're just slaves and sheep, shared and prepared for the slaughter. You shared of your greatness. You shared of your honor. You shared of a good reputation. And now they're preparing you for slaughter in a degenerate state. Read on.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
See? So these things are done in secret and they shoot at the perfect. The people with the good intention. That walk in the good way. The blameless. That follow after righteousness. That deal with people the way they ought to be treated. In a manner of honor and respect. Not out to harm their neighbor. Not out to do damage to anything that anyone is enjoying. Not out to steal or lie. But these people are the target still. Why? Because their goodness and their righteousness and good intention is a threat to the wicked. It's a threat. Because it's something that grows with momentum. Good vibes. It's contagious. But they're trying to disrupt that by mixing evil with entertainment. So they're trying to throw a bug into your program. Throw a bug into your DNA, a virus into your DNA that will affect you mentally and spiritually. How can a spirit function through a sick body? How can a spirit properly function through a sick mind? So they attack your body and your mind and disrupt your spirit. That's what's going on. These things are done in secret. They think about these things deeply and they say this is the way to do it. They have all sort of think tanks set up Where are your think tanks? They got think tanks. We need think tanks. Read on.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?
See that? So they commune and laying snares privily. Who shall see them, they say. So they come together and conspire, communicate with one another on how to trap you, how to entrap you in their words and make you carry the reputation of a criminal, to designate you as a misfit, criminalize you in everything you do. You're always a suspect. That's the plan. Read.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
See, so they search out a diligent search for iniquities. Out there to just find a crime, find you committing a crime, to accuse you of doing wrong. What do you think all the bugging is about? The bugging, tapping your phone, your computer, all your devices of communication. What do you think all that's about? Because they're searching and doing a diligent search for iniquity, as it is written here. See, this book speaking on the truth as it is. It ain't just some stuff that was written long ago, and these things only pertain to a long time ago. The word is quick, meaning it's alive. It pertains to the now. It pertains to the now. It's ever present. The presence. See? Read on.
But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
See? So they're going to be shot at. There are words that's going to be launched against them. A word is going to be spoken against them. And that word is going to manifest action against them from the Creator. Read.
So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves.
So their own tongues are going to fall on themselves. See? So they're going to admit to their own corruption and cause their own downfall through the things that they speak. The things that they speak will bring about their own destruction through the pride of their heart. Being deceived of themselves for being oh so wicked, so evil, and blinded from seeing the ultimate outcome. Read on.
All that see them shall flee away, and all the men shall fear and shall declare the work of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doings.
See, so you're not going to want to be around these people. Okay, a person that has the good intent, that is conscious, and walking in their higher self, in their spirit, in harmony with the Creator, righteous intention, you're not going to want to be around these people. The righteous shall flee away. See? All that see them shall flee away. All that see them shall flee away, because everyone with them shall fall with them. Everyone with them shall fall with them, as it is written. Isaiah the 13th chapter. Okay? So that's what's going down. The righteous is being protected while the wicked is being set up. So we have to walk in the spirit of truth, understanding how to come under that protection. So you can know truth, But you have to understand how to walk in the truth. You can know your enemy, but you have to understand how to deal with your enemy, your adversary. It's not just about knowing. It's about understanding what you know and how it applies. See? So the way things are done is very important when you're mastering your situation. You have to be in control and in balance, in perfect harmony. You can't be going against the flow. You have to go with the flow. You can't resist. See? So when your enemy is dealing with you, you have to have the same vibration. Not cocky, not arrogant, like they may be, or are usually. Not aggressive. Don't seem agitated. Just relax. Flow like water. Calm. You have to still your emotions. Like how water's still. Still that. And just respond according as what's spoken to you. Respond with questions. Respond in that you're seeking for clarity. You're seeking understanding. You're seeking more information. That's how you respond. You want them to tell you and explain to you exactly what is it they're talking about. You want them to break it down to the finest, most basic understanding. That's how you respond. A lot of people died not just by the hands of people that claim the so-called government, but just regular people. End up in disputes and fights, and there's tragedy. There's people getting killed, carrying acts of violence out on one another because they don't know how to respond in an adverse situation when they're dealing with the adverse vibration. But when you're dealing with the adverse vibration, you got to learn how to go with the flow. You can't get along with certain people. Well, that's understandable. It's just some people you just can't get along with. But these people that you keep a distance from. There's too much of a difference in the vibration. Their understanding is totally different from yours when it comes to this particular thing or a few things. Some people you just can't see eye to eye with. But in some situations, you can fix that. You can get a person to understand you. And then you can bring yourself to understand another person where they're coming from. And this is all possible with every adversary. It's all possible. But some things are just meant to be at the same time. And that has to be understood. It's to be understood that we're not trying to escape a situation of being tried, of being tested. We expect affliction. We expect persecution. We expect to go through the trials. This is how you come about mastery. This is how you gain mastery. Through the experience of trial. Facing persecution and affliction. Facing adversity. This is where you gain strength. This is where you get mercy. And then you get the proper judgment. You get the reward. You gain strength. Those are all the powers of justice that avail you spiritually through your experiences. So meditate on this Psalm 64. Meditate on the Psalm 64 and think about the situation you face in regards to people that you have to deal with on a regular basis in this life. The people that are there in an adverse position. That they'll take advantage of you. The people that conspire against you, to oppress you. They take this counsel and have this insurrection against you and your people. So think about that and think about how you're going to deal with that. You can visit the Qadar-Shar channel on YouTube. Okay? It's youtube.com/Qadar-Shar. And you can find episodes of Mastering the Matrix uploaded there. So we'll be uploading these shows so you can listen to the show again. All right? So if you have any questions or comments about anything being brought out, give us a call at 718-676-0820. 718-676-0820. If you have any questions or concerns about a situation you're going through or you know someone else is going through, or if you happen to work for the so-called government or know someone that works for so-called government, see, if you're having problems with so-called government, give us a call. Okay? Give us a call. Now, we have to continue on. Let's go into a little bit of music, draw a couple of more tunes, and we're going to go into the book. We're going to continue on in the book of Psalms in the 140th chapter. And we're going to continue to break down the matrix, this reality, when we come back from the other side.
Rastafari, and I. Love the youths, them. Repatriation.
Whoa, children of men, how long will you be every war till it don't vex? Why seek what is mine? Just make it to the east, salvation and desperate. Well read, positively clear. The people in the world keep forgetting them fast and them gone astray. Some may burn them every day. That them no love conspiracies and talk and never fail. Positively clear, the people in the world are lost for them top class. Never wait, think you're actually there. You're two, you go back and you are snake in the grass. Me and the youths are trying one away. Melchizedek way. So if you see me and the youths, I'm treading to the earth. We have to tread it King Selassie way. Treading this one away. Have to tread it one away. Them send 50, 60, 70 big and me slew them off in space and one day. Well then, you see, the people in the west, the one of them gone crazy. Love to big up them chest, yet them they in a slavery. Them can't yam no food without no money. So foolish is the man in fruitful Zion, yet them hungry. I tell you, Stephen, cleanse your ways, clean up your fault, get to you. No bother guys, me say, oh no fuss this heart. Babylon must speak soul and heart. Them don't get them peace and no heart to walk. That's why me come to try this one away. Melchizedek way. So if you see me on the youth, I'm trending through the earth. Me trending King Selassie way. Well then, you see, the kings of the earth. Come to yourself, you cannot see yourself. It's virtue, God bless you with your wealth. Woman of the soil, where is your meditation? For the black child, the future generation. Kings of this earth, come to yourself, you cannot chase every skirt to you inherit your wealth. Woman of the soil, where is your meditation? For the black child, the future generation. Oh, tell me what is Babylon, children, what is Babylon? Babylon definition is confusion. One man a go lead all 10,000 woman. The fire never sees no prostitute, not one. We want the woman them strength in the ammo Gideon. Remember say woman they are more than man. Remember say them slaughter enough black man. Inna them slavery inna the revolution. Not the on the ship no mention we shark yam. Now for we back against the wall for the execution. Look who next I go fall for this the Ethiopian. If the empress them tall inna them rightful position. Alpha and Omega civilization. So last see I no church so no chance so no wrong. Not to tell them kings of the earth. Come to yourself, you cannot see yourself this earth. So you inherit your wealth. Woman of the side, where is your meditation? Be the black child, the future generation. But not friend, the whole family me bring And you and your friend I go kill him, me tell you say. But a friend, the eye them a king. Wanna fight against on yourself vanity, push you in a swing. Remember in and the youth them ears your name no stamp ring. Tell you say you have yes you lick up in a rubbish bin. Do I this favor dump yourself and the work you're doing. Me know you don't want no help, but tell me who you're serving. Hey, wanna come tell me how what this for your man. Who they look on where you practice. You know make no love yet you expose nakedness from you no see yourself as Ethiopia no know. Tell them say kings of the earth. Come to yourself, you cannot taste every skirt. So you inherit your wealth. Woman of the style, where is your meditation? Feed the black child, the future generation. Kings of this earth. Come to yourself, you cannot lead the youth astray. Future bless you with wealth. Woman of the style, where is your meditation? Feed the black child, the future generation. Well, nice and shining bright. Now come deceive none in your speedy delight. The youths are rioting, not tell themselves if hypnotize. Stiff-necked fools know yourself, no Israelite. From the lowest of depth to the highest of heights. You never get the vision, much less the sight. Emperor Selassie is the might of the might. The power of the Trinity, shine every light. Righteousness, they get to use them like Marcus Garvey. Tell me Ethiopia alive, me right. Kings of this earth, come to yourself, you cannot chase every skirt. So you inherit your wealth. Woman of the style, where is your meditation? Feed the black child, the future generation. Kings of the earth, come to yourself, you cannot chase every skirt. So you inherit your wealth. Woman of the style, where is your meditation? Towards the black child, the future. Yo, you are to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust, you cannot be loved. No way. Oh, to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust, you cannot be loved. Again, me tell you, oh, to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust, you cannot be loved. Judgment. Oh, to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust, you cannot be loved. Well, listen now, people. Wake up from your dream. Round about you got the evil. It up in your scheme. Pretty smiles and charm. You still them no clean. Gonna trick me. Them come like people in a car meal. Me not trust the prime minister and the things he ma reveal. Neither opposition leader black world them a steal. Them not teach the principle now bust no seal. The road where them a tread it is so simple to the meal. Me help my black sister sizzler couldn't conceal. While helping your brother some a give you raw deal. Me meditation a for you strong heart of me shell. Get to use me now put no shoulder to no wheel. Them can't crush me out now road me like wheel. Rasta and the iron spin them run come feel. No tell me if you no ever check how people feel. Work every day and yet them now get no meal. Informer, Rasta man I tell you say no squeal. Go tell the judge and Rasta now go him no appeal. Love is the power get to use that for the seal. Watch Babylon and now them back real judgment. Oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. No way. Oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. I say oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. Judgment. Oh to be trust and love again. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. Yo, don't sister them bad mind. So them tense. Yo, Rastafari know them a pretend. Who a shake you up or them you call all your friend. Hey, get a youth make sure your eyes open. Sizzler never circle with the Eden. Me come topple and destroy Babylon problem. Me and the youths I don't know the money where you spend. This I create a Ethiopia it a sense. You police them no necessary again. Babylon your soldiers them no necessary again. So them no Selassie I may ask them from when. I rasta govern the earth from then. Judgment, oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. No way. Oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. Emperor Selassie I trust I love. Get a youth must always love. Judgment, oh to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust you cannot be loved. Well Jesus them they crucify. I know this are the warrior of Selassie. I them can't put me now. Tell them listen the words in the wind where you blow. Lock up in them house in the sound it a flow. King Rastafari I believe away. Emperor us so me, God she love us as she does, so just sunshine today. Oh, you remember, so the heads of government, and them did betray. Oh, go tell them, say, coming up clean, Rastafari don't know, say the wicked are gonna get slay. Tell them this soul to be trust and love. If you cannot be trust, you cannot be love. Emperor Selassie, we trust, we love. Babylon, you sing them let it blessings flow. The reason for life is love. Even before there was my hand stretched forth up above, Zion we love. Mockeries and phrase, Babylon applauding for building an evilous world. Follies and cries, get to you skylarking, not seeing all the twist and twirl. Mockeries and phrase, states and church applauding for building the western world. Follies and cries, get to you skylarking, not seeing mystery Babylon. Where do you go from here? Rasta found you guilty on the points of care. Atomic energy, if you will, you ego share. Manufacture machine based upon your nuclear. Your human family being trapped to warfare. In the children heart, you try to drive all your pair. Can be recognized from the clothes you wear. Yet we not judge you, seem them bleed or you tear. I tell you now, living in this polluted and despair, you so strong. Judgment again, the works of the wicked never will prevail for long. Where you belong, Ethiopian, Babylon, better you say I'm a prison prize. Babylon applauding for building the evilous world. Follies and craze, get to you skylarking, not seeing all them twist and twirl. Mockeries and phrase, states and church applauding for building the evilous world. Follies and craze, get to you skylarking, not seeing me tell them the youths not gonna organize promoting. Hey, channel the only way they go. So call authority, giving us brutality. I fight for my rights, so nothing to eat, we hungry. Hey, no clothes, we hungry. Bullets will never stop flow. Selassie, I love and mercy in the crumbling city. Protect us all, I tell you now. Living in polluted hemisphere, people are strong. Judgment again, the works of the wicked man never will prevail for long. Where you belong, give us repatriation. Selassie, I don't know, say I'm a prison prize. Babylon applauding for giving such an evilous world. Follies and the cries, get a youth skylarking, not seeing all them twist and twirl. Hill with days, Babylon applauding, cause him don't put in the evilous world. Follies and cries, get a youth skylarking. Be strong all you boys and girls. How the reason for life is love, and even before there was our arms stretched forth.
Yes, yes. Nice tunes there. That's Sizzler. Trust and Love. Trust and Love. Kings of the Earth. Freedom Cry. One Away. White God. Mockery and Phrase right now playing. See, that's what we're dealing with. We got a caller. We want to see if we could deal with some people on the line. Some people out there in the world that's had to deal with this system. So we're going to go and take some calls right now. We got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Miss Judah. I'm calling from the Bronx.
What's your name?
Miss Judah.
Miss Judah. All right, Miss Judah, you got a question or a comment?
I have a question. I was issued a parking violation for an expired meter, and I want to know how to go about dealing with it.
Okay, so basically, you look at the situation that you're dealing with. You're being accused.
Yes.
Okay, so you're being accused of committing a violation. Now, when you go into what a violation is, the presumption is within the definition. All right, so they're assuming that there was some sort of agreement between you and them, or some mysterious group of people that they supposedly represent somewhere in a geographic location. Because when you look into a violation, you want to get the clarity on what the violation is. There's an assumption that you are in breach. A violation indicates a breach, which means that you were allegedly had an obligation that you did not keep up to. That you were obliged to follow certain codes, rules, regulations, or whatever have you under what they call the Department of Motor Vehicles. Now, the way you deal with a parking violation is you attack the assumptions in the violation. See? So what you do is you attack the assumption through questioning. First, you want to ask for evidence of a violation, because just because someone is accusing you of violating something, it doesn't mean that there's any evidence that you violated something. Okay? You understand that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So you want to attack the assumption that there's been a violation. Right? So you ask for the evidence for them to prove that you were in violation. And that composes of certain elements. Certain elements. One of them is the applicability of the charge. The other one is your location, what they call territorial jurisdiction. So they have to have the jurisdiction to apply the law, the evidence to prove that the law applies to you. And usually they say it's because you're within their territory. You're within a particular location, and so this law applies to you.
Right.
All you have to do is question that. You question their evidence to prove that that's true, because these are all assertions, allegations. That's all it is. So just because somebody says something, we have to be like children. Doesn't mean it's true. Gotta question that. Question everything. Everything they say has to come under questioning. Okay. Everything they say has to have some basis in reality. Something substantial to show and back it up. That is true. You know, so they're not speaking words of magic. They just say something and poof, it's reality to you. It is real. This is the real. No, only if you play into it and you entertain it, and thus give it the energy required for it to have a reality, then they're just going to continue out their way. So you attack a parking ticket through attacking the assumptions of exactly what is it they're saying. They're saying you violated something, you attack that. Question the violation. What evidence you have to prove that there's been a violation? What facts you rely on to prove that there's been a violation? Violation of what? What do you mean violation? So ask for the clarity. Because when you come back at them to ask for clarity, you see there is no clarity. There's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing. So they're just talking. They're just talking. So always remember that you respond with a question for them to verify what is the basis of what they're saying. You asking for them to prove everything they say. What a violation is, you can look that up yourself. Don't just go with what I say. Do your research, get a basic understanding of what the word means, what the word implies. Okay, and you attack the implications. That's what you do. You question that. So are you trying to imply that you believe that the law applies to me just because I'm physically here in this location or whatever?
Right.
Because they can't enforce anything other but a contract. Only a contract is enforceable. Anything is enforceable is supposed to be based on a contract, arising from a contract. But a contract is something you supposedly voluntarily entered into, not hypothetically entered into. Like what they say a social contract theoretically is, you hypothetically entered into some agreement. Just because you're here, they're assuming that you're a part of the whole thing that they're doing. So DMV code, rules, and everything is supposed to be part of society's rules. Well, when they talk about a society, remember, these are just words. These are certain keywords they're using to trigger you to make you think that, oh yeah, this is real. Oh, we have a society. Oh, but nobody questions that. They just run along with the word society. Where within everyone's self, they should know that it implies some sort of cooperation with other people. Cooperation. There's an operation going on, and you are just there participating in the operation. Well, is that true, or is that an assumption? Where's the evidence that you participated, that you're a participant? Well, they could assume you're participating if you're in a vehicle that has plates on it and that has stickers and tags, and you see. But now it's up to you to smash their assumption by asking them a question about their assumption. Okay, so they're assuming that certain laws apply to you, so they're accusing you of being in violation. So now you just question their assumption. You pull them into the reality that you want to create for yourself.
Right.
Not the reality they trying to create for you and impose on you.
True.
Right? Any more questions?
No, that's all. Thank you. Excellent show. I really enjoy listening to it. Much blessings to you and the other brother as well.
Thank you very much, Ms. Judah. Much blessings to you and all other strong sisters out there that is awakened to this conscious reality and have these questions and go about walking in the spirit that you're walking in with that understanding that leads you to have these questions and be strong to ask these questions, because these questions are powerful. Okay, and they just reflect the strength that's within your mind. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause these questions are powerful. They come from the source of strength. So always remain questioning and stay strong, Miss Judah.
Thank you.
Hopefully I hear from you again, on a future episode of the show. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. So yeah, folks. So that's the thing. We have to understand. No technical difficulty here. We have to understand that the enemy is out there to accuse you, but these things have no basis in reality. There's no truth in his accusations. That's why he's called a devil in the good book. He's a liar and the father of it. Everything he say, he speak a lie, he speak of his own. See? Read St. John 8:44. That's what it goes into. So now we're going to go to Psalms 140, though. Psalms 140th chapter, picking up, just bringing out some more things in the spirit of the truth to make the people think. Some good words is going to resonate with the vibration that we're putting out here, Mastering the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to take some more calls soon, but we're going to first bring out a couple of more scriptures. Start off from Psalms 140. Psalms 140, and start from 1.
Psalms 140, verse 1. Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
See, the mischievous and the violent man is the same person Ms. Judah was talking about. The person that comes up, will pull you over, force you to pull over, threaten you, and issue a piece of paper that is accusing you of being in a violation of some code or some rule or some alleged law. Okay, so that's the thing that you're dealing with, violent men. Read that part again.
Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war.
See? So they gathered together for war continually. Every single year. Every single administration, president, there's war going on. They fighting somewhere. If they're not warring against the people in their own land, or the land that they claim is theirs, They warring against people in some other land. People love war. Read on.
They sharpened their tongues like a serpent.
Right, so we talked about that before. Sharpening their tongues like a serpent in the 64th chapter. They wet their tongue. So here it's saying it's the same thing. They sharpen their tongue. See, they make their words eloquent. They're very crafty with their words. They know how to make things sound good. How to convince you and persuade you. See, so they can sway you in the direction that they want you to go into, which is the snare, the pit, the trap. To oppress you and to destroy you. So they can stand in your place and enjoy the things that you ought to be enjoying. Read on.
Adder's poison is under their lips.
Yeah, adder's poison. See, you die by believing in their words. Their words kill you slowly. Like poison kills slowly. Read on.
Keep me, O Lord, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man.
Keep you from being arrested by these people. Keep you from being killed by these people. Read on.
Who have purpose to overthrow my goings.
So their purpose is to overthrow your freedom, to overthrow your liberty, to overthrow your way in righteousness, or how you praise and become one with the Creator, the way you just carry about yourself in everyday life. They're about criminalizing that. Criminalizing that. Where you just walking around like just a robot. Only to follow their program and their direction with no mind of your own. That's how they eventually want you to be. Like a dummy. Read on.
The proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me.
See? So this is only talking about people everybody should be familiar with. This group of people that everybody calls so-called government. Yeah, you have certain individuals among us that do these things, your Judases. These people are this type of nature. But when they organize themselves collectively to the point where they run the masses like a shepherd runs sheep, this is something that is totally in line and pertinent with what the scriptures here is bringing out. This is them. We can all bear witness that there are massive, organized groups of these people that's carrying out this type of behavior and have this mentality. It is. It's a serious problem. But we're going to deal with them. We got to challenge that. What's challenge? Questioning it. We could question that. We could bring all that into questioning. The one ass king is ass king. Always remember that. Keep asking. Keep asking questions. Okay? Never stop. Because violence is not the answer. Is logic and reasoning. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the answer. And you gain that through logic and reasoning and asking questions. Not through violence. We're not about promoting violence on the show. We're not about that. But we understand the nature of violence. We understand that. And it has its place in nature. It has its place. But it's not to be carried out forcefully. Especially with man against another man. When man don't have the authority to do such things. He can't prove his authority to do such things. Man may have the authority to do such things. But can he prove? Can he prove that? Because so is written in the scriptures. There are men that the Most High set up with authority. Men like Moses. Moses was a figure of authority. See? And so we can understand that. You can show where authority has been delegated to you from out the word. But who is the one with the authority according to the word? That's the understanding. That's the question. You need to gain that understanding. Majority of people out there respect what appears to be the authority. You respecting the devil. You respecting Satan. You respecting your adversary. That's what Satan means. Your adversary. You respecting the one that's really against you. Some of you say, oh, what are you talking about? There's nobody against me. Oh, you guys are just paranoid. Nobody's against out to get anybody. You're schizophrenic. You're delusional. Oh, yeah? So what is the police force there for? There's no mandate for police in the Constitution. There's no mandate for that. There's no so-called law that says there must be police enforcement. But they're doing everything by force, but they're forcing themselves on everybody. So what's that about? That's what you have to deal with every day. You got to deal with these people that are in the midst of all these other people like sharks in the sea. And they're just predators and they're looking for someone to prey on. Just looking for someone to prey on. And they like operate like piranhas too. The one gets you and that's it. Then here come a whole swarm of them. Just for you. Especially if you're a so-called black man. One of them come to you and they feel like they want to get a piece of you, then here come all the rest of them. But, you know, now in most cases, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be black, white, Indian, Chinese, Arab, whatever. You give one of them some problems or one of them start to feel like they could get a piece of you, then they call for backup. Here come another one and another one and another one and another one. Just to arrest you and take you in. That's how they get down. They like piranhas, man. Predators. Piranha people. All right? So we got to deal with that. So stay in a meditation to always know, do what you got to do. Walk in the right vibration. Treat your family right. Treat your peoples right. Because you don't want to attract bad energy to you. The things you do will come back to you. And you don't want it coming back to you in the form of somebody in a uniform. Or somebody in a black robe. Okay, the black robe priest on a high elevated chair looking down on you. Or priestess. Because you got the woman playing the role of judges now. Oh, playing a role. That's another thing. These people, they done forgot they playing a role too. Remember the laws they're carrying out is called what? An act. Okay, you got the Patriot Act. You got the Criminal Act. The Subliminal Act. See, all these acts. The Constitutional Act. Okay, I'm just making up stuff just like they do. Hey. Making up stuff just like they do, but you get the point. They write all these things and say as laws and they call it acts. And then they say they're acting in an official capacity. See, so there's acting going on. There's a matrix. It's the illusion that appears as reality. They're not really vested with true authority. They give it the appearance of authority. There's a difference. Some of you are too convinced and persuaded to even question it. But you see there's contradictions that you need to be aware of out there, and you need to throw that right at them. Well, you say everybody's created equal, so explain to me how, you or a group of people could think that you have authority over me. How does that work? Well, you dealing with theories now? You getting theoretical with me now? You want to talk about social contract? What contract? What evidence you have I'm part of that contract? This the reasoning that has to play out eventually. With all of us. When we got to deal with these people eventually. Because the time going to come, you're going to have to deal with them. Now what you going to do? You going to just go along with what they say? Well, if you think you could get something out of it, why not? But if you think it's going to be detrimental to you, you better stand up and ask some questions. Don't ever deal with these people when it's going to be to your detriment and just go along with what they say. You got to stop that. You got to bring an end to that with some hard questions. Easy questions for you to ask, hard questions for them to respond to and answer. Okay? Because a question concerning to bring out the truth is always hard for a devil to answer. When a man's lying to you, you can ask certain questions it's too difficult for the man to answer. This is how you expose him. Ask the right questions. Stay in honor. Agree with your adversary. Be in agreement. Don't resist the power. You know the doctrine. You know the teaching. My God-fearing people out there, don't fear man. You fearing man or you fearing God? See? Because if you fear man, you're going to end up serving man. You're going to end up doing man's will if you fear man. You're going to do what man wants you to do. But if you fear the Most High, guess what? You're not going to fear man. You're going to be bold like a lion in the face of man. See? Nobody going to master you. You understand that? Let's go to Lamentations. Lamentations, the 4th chapter. Lamentations is a real good book. A lot of people should relate to this book. A lot of you so-called Native Americans, blacks and Hispanics here in the Americas and scattered abroad. You children of the transatlantic slave trade. You children of the modern day captivity. You children of the Black Holocaust. You should relate to this book right here. You need to check out Lamentations. You thug dudes. Okay, you need to check out that. You're always complaining about the hood. Complaining about how you being oppressed and suffering. Yeah, check out Lamentations. But we're going to go on to the 4th chapter. We're going to read a little bit from the 17th verse through to the end. This is good stuff. This is for you to really see, really understand what's going on out here and what the ultimate plan is, where we coming to as the days draw on and go by. Read, Brad. Read that, bro.
Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
You want to help from who? You think these people there that you call government is there to help you? Vain help, man. Vain help. The people you go to that organize themselves and set themselves up and say they're your government. Not there to help you. Not there to help you, just there to control you. That's what the word government means. Look it up. Break it down. Check it out. That's what it means. It's there to control you, not help you. Unless you feel you can't control yourself. Read on.
In our watchings, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
See? You watching for a nation that can't save you. It's only there to destroy you, not there to save you. Can't save you. Cannot. That's what it said. Cannot save you. It's not in them. It's not for them to know how to do that. They can't save you. You can only save yourself. You can't save you. No man shall save you. No man. That means not even a group, a large group of men can do it. Because that's not their purpose. That's not what they're there for. It's not in their program. That's just like your household pet is not there to prepare your dinner. It's not there to do your laundry. It's not there to wake you up in the morning out of your sleep when you overslept. So these people have their purpose. Their purpose is to check you and bring you back into the reality that have created this situation. To understand, you're supposed to govern yourself. You're supposed to honor the highest that dwelleth in you, instead of believing that the highest dwells in other things outside yourself, worshiping things outside yourself and worshiping other men and things like that. Slap you up out of that reality to show you it's really not nice as you thought it would have played out to be. Now look at the situation generations and millennium after. People been following after this notion of philosophy or thinking you are the people to rule over you. You want to organize and set up yourself a government, a group of people to protect you. That's an illusion. That's a nonsensical dream. It's an imagination, just like the scriptures say. The imagination of their hearts. They always speak of the imaginations of men. And what you have set up here is an imagination done gone running wild. Out of control. Everybody is believing in it. That is true. It's a concept. It's not real. It's something that's created by the mind. And then put out there to be as if it's real. And then you fall with it. You bring yourself under it. You accept it. You say, yeah, that's real. No, it's not. So if you know somebody who thinks that way, tell them to check the show out, listen to the show. And they could be, feel free to call. Feel free to call or make a comment on the YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Qadar-Shar. That's Baqashar. Make a comment on there and we can reason. Maybe we could lighten up one. We could shed the light. Because the people, they totally in darkness, glued to the TV constantly and putting their trust in what the TV is bringing out. Totally in darkness. So we're going to shed the light. Let's go into it. Lamentations 4. Read that.
Lamentations 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets.
See, that's what they do. Hunt your steps. See? They hunt your steps so you can't go in your streets. See? Now what happened if you don't want to go somewhere where these people tell you to go? They say, hey, come down to the court. Come down to the court. We are summoning you. Like they're summoning you like they're summoning a ghost or something. Come down to the court. You don't show up, what happens? Well, there are people called bounty hunters, aren't they? Yeah, bounty hunters. What do you think bounty hunters do? That's what bounty hunters do. They hunt your steps. They call them bail enforcement agents. See? That's what they do. If you don't cooperate with them, and it could be something where it doesn't involve any crime against anybody. You haven't done anything to anybody. But they want you to come because of something they're accusing you of violating. And you just don't want to cooperate. You don't want to go there. They're going to have to drag you there. They're going to bring you there. You ain't just going there because they're summoning you there. You like, look, man, the hell with that. I'm not going there. I'm not going to these people. If they want me there, they're going to have to drag me there. So they have the date set. They there, 9 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning. Or whatever time they tell you to appear. They call the name you go by. You don't answer. You're not there. What do? Put out what they call a warrant. A warrant for your kidnapping. Arrest. And so they send out somebody to hunt your steps. Just like it says. So I know there's a lot of people that relate to this. They hunt our steps. Read on.
That we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled.
See, the end of all of this madness is near. Our days are fulfilled. We've been through too much of this. Not the first time here in the West. We dealt with that whole Western vibe before. The old Rome and Greece. Then you had empires before that we had to be subjected to. From one captivity to another. Now we're in a modern day captivity, and it's all technological. People all deceived by signs and wonders of this beast. Now it's been this image set up, and everybody's worshiping this image of this beast. An image created by just a group of men. And they put it on paper. And everybody go along with it almost. Read.
Our persecutors.
See, our persecutors.
For our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of heaven.
Swifter than eagles of heaven. Go ahead.
They pursue us upon mountains. They lay wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
Right. So we live under the shadow of the Lord among the heathen. When they took us and brought us over into these different lands, we still put our trust in the Most High. Read on.
Rejoice and be glad, O daughters of Eden.
But they got to rejoice. This is their time. This is their time. They're known as the daughters of Edom. The descendants of Edom. Okay. The descendants of Edom is who? The people that established the Americas. The people that established the so-called governments of the Americas. The people of the so-called British that sailed over here. The Spanish, the French, the Portuguese. These different groups. These different groups of men. And they came and conquered the native inhabitants over here. Brought the slaves over here and oppressed them. Tortured them, afflicted them, persecuted them. Just put them through hell. Being the devil felicitator of hell. It's them. They're the children, descendants, daughters of Edom. Read on.
That dwelleth in the land of Oz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
See, so it's going to eventually come a time where the cup, which is the judgment that we had to deal with, the hardship, that type of karma energy, that negative karma energy that we had to deal with, is going to pass through to them also. See, we have to pay for the crimes we committed against the universal natural laws of the Most High. Now they got to do, it's their turn. It's coming. That's why you see the things happening across the world that's happening. That's why. It's a bad, bad state that the world is in. So people are bringing that upon themselves. They're bringing that on the earth on themselves. And it's just inevitable. It's inevitable. So read on.
Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughters of Zion. He will not more carry thee away into captivity.
Right. So the punishment, see, of our iniquity. The native inhabitants that dwelt on this land and the people that was brought here as slaves and their people and seed that was scattered during the spread of the West into the West. They did something. They did things that caused their downfall. They did things. They violated laws. Laws that you could find written in the Bible. They didn't know how to deal with each other in a manner of honor and respect. They didn't know how to deal with the Creator and honor the Creator. They fell away from that knowledge. The knowledge of self-preservation. They fell away from that, so they couldn't yet continue to preserve themselves. So here comes karma. Here comes karma. Here come a man, or here come a group of men with some bad energy. Bad energy coming over here. And now look what you got today. Where's the so-called indigenous man? He's on a reservation somewhere. So they're not free as they used to be. That freedom is gone. None of these people are free as they used to be. Their freedom is gone. It's all taken away. Now they're subjected to programming, to the will of a group of men, spoken of as one man, because they act with one mind. With one intent, they gather themselves together as one. And this is Satan. This is the accuser. This is the devil. This is a problem. But we have to deal with it in order for us to rise up. Deal with your problems. Deal with your issues within yourself. And you got to deal with the issues that other people have. But first work on yourself, and you got to simultaneously deal with other people's issue, because you have to deal with other people. And people got issues. Especially when they go along with this type of mentality and mindset that these particular group of people have. They just feel that they have to be in control. And what they say matters and what you say doesn't. No manners. No respect. See, we got to deal with people like that. Now, do you respect yourself? Like I said, first work on yourself. Then you can simultaneously start working with other people on working out whatever issues you may have with them, or helping them working out the issues they have with themselves through proper counsel. You have to be a good listener. Ask a question so they know the answers within themselves. See, all of us have the answer. We have a mind of infinite knowledge. The infinite knowledge is there in the subconscious mind. So you have to go in. Find a way to go in. What you got? Got more scriptures on that?
Yeah. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughters of Eden.
See, their crimes going to be visited. They're going to pay for their crimes by the Creator. It's coming. Payment is coming. Go ahead.
He will discover thy sins.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Right. So he will discover their sins. See. So the sin is a violation of universal natural law that every man is obliged to follow. It's written on the heart. How you dealing with other people? How you interacting with other people? How you interact with one another? How you interact with the people around you? See? When you bring evil and do evil, you bring the negativity, then you have to deal with that coming back to you in another form and fashion. That's just the way it works. That's how it is. See? So have the mind of this understanding, so you will know how to deal with these wannabe masters of the matrix. Master it yourself. Understand it yourself. Apply the knowledge with wisdom and understanding. It's not just about knowing. It's about being wise with your knowing. How to use what you know at the right time, in the right place. See, it's all about timing and the way and the manner in how you do the things that you do. Always, to the best of your ability, put out a positive vibration. And be strong in what you do. Be strong in what you commit yourself to. But make sure your intention is good. is for the best of all. That's what it's about. It's for the best of all. That's the truth. The truth is for all. And love is the epitome of truth. Understand that. So enjoy a few more songs as we go into some more nice, conscious reggae vibes. This is Sizzler, Trotting Mount Zion.
Cause if they don't got no sense, and I know them underparts pretends. Talk as if them are your closest friends, when them are your enemy and come and try bridge your current. Slandering and bad influence, scandal your name when them can't take your strength. Hypocrite and traitor, the whole of them are put on the that bad mind flow them out and them are born innocent. Rastafari is my shield and defense, so when things broke loose, say a bigger judgment. Bastards and vampires them send to suck the blood and the children. Burn up the wicked and trod them out Zion. Wicked and rugged and need to fly iron. Burn up the wicked and trod them out Zion. Babylon your riches, just roll lion. In army turban and robe, Rastafari know me ready for the road. Sizzler Kalonji dash for the burden and load. Come clean, come good, me say come and get your burden. Give me more, nothing less. Lead the people with righteousness, yeah. Sizzler Kalonji bless. The voice of Rastafari break the cedars in the forest. No man share, don't you forget. Me come for try the Rastafari, yeah, that's what me do. Burn up the wicked and try the Mount Zion. Wicked and rugged, laugh it up like iron. Burn up the wicked and try the Mount Zion. Tell them, sir, me love the conquering lion, boy. So far is someday, nothing good about black people, them I say, free up the captive them today, repatriation, I say, black people come the way, help me keep this Sabbath day, Rastafari in a ramp, not player. It must be love, nothing else can stay, Hey, read your Bible, go to youth and say your prayer. Rastafari come to lift the people higher. Burn up the wicked and try the Mount Zion. Wicked and rugged, you put up like iron. Burn up the wicked and try the Mount Zion. Says the color, tell them the conquerors lion. Cause if they don't got no sense, and I know them underparts pretends, cause if them are your closest friends, when them are your enemy, them come and try bridge your current. Slandering and bad influence, scandal your name when them can't take your strength. Hypocrite and traitor, the whole of them put on top of that. A bad man full of them out and them are one innocent. First of all, I is my shield and defense. When things broke loose, well, I'll be a judgment. Backstabbers and vampires, them send to son of Lord and the children. Burn up the wicked and tread the Mount Zion. Wicked and rugged, you fit up like iron. Burn up the wicked and tread the Mount Zion. Me love the conquering lion.
Equal rights and justice for all. Rise and never fall. Tell them, say, boom. What they gonna do when enough of them not true? Say what they gonna do, them get slow, yeah. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As bad as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one your name. Alright, that day will come when I stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come plagues they send on the people them trace. Smile on my face, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men and the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall rise the one they get so do them out of this slum. Boom. Who do you think you are? We're living in a small world. As wicked as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As slick as you think you are, we're living in a small world. As tough as you think you are, we're living in the one and me, I'm not gonna tell them. Escape today, you can't escape tomorrow. Make sure you pay back anytime you borrow. Make sure you don't let no life in a sorrow. Make sure you're not lean and straight like arrow. Make sure your brains not push out in a barrow. Make sure no make them walk out and borrow. Yeah, make sure your meditation and narrow. Judgment, I don't want to tell them something the world I want. That day will come when I sit stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come when Emperor Selassie shall ride up on the wings of the heavens and the sun. Oh, yes, I will remain the same, hailing Rastafari name, and watch them going up in flames. For all the innocent going down the chain, you have to pay for the shackles and chains, and pay for this washing of the brain, and pay for these guns and cocaine, the sick and the lame. Alright, that day will come when I shall stand and see all those wicked men in the fire getting burned. That day will come when they will try to escape and there will be nowhere to run. That day will come when I shall see they handing over bombs and bayonets and bullets and guns. That day will come, well blaze up the fire right and I'm ready. Pick up gun down, Saddam, the one that nails you. What a day it will be to see the powers of the triunity.
Yeah. So back again, we continuing on. We about to drop some more truth as we come into the closing of the end of the show. Got about 20 more minutes left or so. So we're going to go continuing on with Lamentations of 5th chapter. Breaking it down. This is a situation that we have to deal with today. Me and my peoples. My peoples across the globe. My 12 tribes peoples. My so-called black, Hispanic man and woman. My Native American woman. My original, not aboriginal. My original. You know, aborigine means not original. That's what the word aborigine means. Ab means not. So my original peoples are the Americas. My original peoples of the east of Jerusalem. My original peoples. Hear this word. Hear this understanding. I know you can relate to this. Drop that, brother. Lamentations, the 5th chapter. Start from the first verse. Let's go in.
Lamentation, the 5th chapter. Lamentation, chapter 5, verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach.
What came across the so-called Native Americans? What happened to the so-called black man? What happened to the native tribes of the Central and South America? What happened to the people that dominate Europe and the northern countries of Africa and West Africa? What happened to them? Reproach. The reproach came on them in the form of captivity. Read on.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
The inheritance is the land that they're supposed to dwell in. That's the holy Mount Zion. That's Jerusalem, the mother of us all. That's where Adam and Eve ruled from, where they dominated the planet from. That's the place of the great mother and the great father of our nation, of our race, of our species. Now they running all over there. Ezekiel chapter 36 goes into that. Tells you that. Luke 21:24 talks about that. They call heathen. They call heathen the lawless. Read on.
Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens.
We don't know these people. Foreigners. They're not our people. But now they're in your house. They're in your land. They're in a land that you're supposed to inherit and enjoy and walk around in freely, enjoying the good blessings of the maker of the land. Read on.
We are orphans and fatherless.
We are what?
We are orphans and fatherless.
See, many of us, orphans and fatherless, because these people are under attack. They're destroying our parents. They're trying to destroy us so we be destroyed parents. So that our children will be left over to them. So that they could destroy our children and make them destroyed parents. Because they'll allow them to beget children for them. Just like back in the day, the slave brought forth children for the slave master. It's still the same way today. When you have children, you think you having children for them. This is the way they think. They want your children. They believe they own your children. That's why they snatch your children from you. Read on.
Our mothers are widows.
Our mothers are widows because they killing our men. Read on.
We have drunken our waters for money.
Right. And they started charging people for drinking water. Since the late 80s. Started charging people for water. Read on.
Our wood is sold unto us.
See, they sold wood to you. Wood's for free. All these things are free, you know. That's what the scripture, the Lord, the word, the Spirit is trying to show in this book. Or it's showing. And maybe you may be trying to see. But it's definitely showing you that. Everything is free. But they selling you the basic things in life. I'm telling you there's a price for it. You got to buy that. That's your enslavement. That's your enslavement. You got to buy water and wood. Basically, you got, because you build a house out of what? Wood. Especially, wood. You use stone, but especially wood. And you got to pay for that. Got to pay to live. That's basically what it's saying. You a slave. You got to pay to live your life. Your life comes at a price. Denominated in U.S. currency. Read on.
Our necks are under persecution.
See, under persecution all the time. Daily. Read on.
We labor and have no rest.
Come on.
We have given the hands to the Egyptians.
Right, to the slave masters. That's all the word Egyptian mean. A slave master. The people that had us as slaves. Read on.
And to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread.
Right. So you have to serve these people and be their slaves to be satisfied with bread. That's how you live your life now. See, so you're not getting the bread by having a good conscience towards your maker, that you're doing things in accordance with his will, that you're just doing good to your neighbor. No, you have this mindset, oh, I gotta be part of this country. I'm doing this because I'm just part of this great society, or I live in a great city or state. These are all graven images. We brought that out last week. We brought that out before. Your country, city, and state's a graven image. And God ain't graven. This is the graven images of men. And you believe in that. So you work for that. You work to support these images. Read on.
Our fathers have sinned and they are not, and we bear the burdens of their iniquities.
Because what? We standing in their place. All that bad energy they put out because of the wrong choices, decisions they made, we come in their place where the energy gonna go. It's gonna come right back. Right back to where they was. Read on.
Servants have ruled over us.
See, these people are truly servants. Truly servants. Created to be servants. Originally servants. But they have ruled over us. Read on.
There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand.
Nobody, none delivered us out of their hand. None. And I'm not claiming to be able to do it neither. That's not what this show is about. We telling you, deliver yourself. By understanding this, you becoming a master. Mastering yourself. Once you master yourself, nobody can master you. You gotta overcome that fear of other people. And then you being natural, being in the midst of nature working in you. There's things that you need to master yourself. Get your mind right. Get your mind stable. Control yourself and control your mind. Saying things that you wish you never said. Doing things you wish you never did. You regretting things that you said and did. Well, that means you need mastery if you can acknowledge that. You need more mastery. You need to do more work. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn. Learn and work with what we learn. Use what we learn to do the work that we need to do. Working on ourselves. And then we can help others work on themselves. By just giving them these same ideas, just sharing the same concept. Not my concept. We don't own any ideas here. And it's just fitting for the disclaimer for the show. None of the thoughts and the views that was expressed on this show belongs to us or is affiliated with the King of Queen radio show or any of his affiliates. This all divine. This owns by nothing. The Most High owns this. This belongs to all, the all, in all, and for all. That's what it is. Understand that. Selah on that. Read on.
We got our breads with peril of our lives.
Right. So we got to go out here in the midst of a nation of killers and try to survive and find a way to bring some bread back to the table. Read on.
Because of the sword of the wilderness.
Because of the sword. This man carrying the sword. What Esau blessed with? This is Esau. We're dealing with what he blessed with. He blessed with the sword. He inhabited the fat places of the earth running around, man, with a sword. The sword is the weapon, the killing weapon. The weapon of slaughter. That modern day sword is the gun. And he walking around. He's the main one walking around with the guns. Now show me a so-called dark-skinned people or brown-skinned people that walk around with swords or any tool or instrument used to defend oneself and defend others without their permission. No, there's not one nation or tribe on the earth that's doing that. Probably it's in the jungles of, South America and Africa. these tribes and these indigenous people, Australia stuff, But among these people that claim to be free nations, like India, like Indonesia, these Caribbean islands, these African countries, they claiming independence. They bear arms. Bet they bear arms under the authorization of the UN. That's what the UN is there for. They're authorizing political organizations around the world to exist and conduct business. Because every one of them got the mark of the beast. So they're all being controlled under strict scrutiny. And they operating under the spirit of fear and compliance. They're not questioning. I'm talking about these dark nations. The majority of these people, they're not questioning. They're just going along with it out of the spirit of fear. They coerced into that situation. They're not willingly doing that. That's the situation we have to deal with today. Read on.
Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine.
Our skin was what?
Black like the oven.
What's inside the oven look like? Black. Black. See? And so because of the famine, because of the shortage and the lack of food, the discoloration of the skin. And you in places that where you don't belong. You out there starving, searching for food. No food, a lack of food. You have to be out here in the wilderness, in a land that you or your fathers never known. The land is foreign to you. You still trying to get familiar with it. There's a lot of places here you don't know about, where you never been, and you got to be out here searching. Read on.
They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the cities of Judah.
So a lot of our women been raped. Yeah. A lot of our women in our community, of our people, have been raped. That's what ravish means. Read on.
Princesses are hanged up by their hand. The faces of the elders were not honored.
Right.
They took the young men to grind, and the children fell under the wood. The elders have ceased from the gate, the young men from their music. The joy of our heart is ceased. Our dance is turned into mourning. The crown is fallen from our head. Woe unto us that we have sinned. For this our heart is faint. For these things our eyes are dim. Because of the mountains of Zion, which is desolate, the foxes walk upon it.
The what?
The foxes walk upon it.
What do you think that talk about? Animals? Four-legged animals? No, that's two-legged foxes is talking about. Christ called Herod a fox. Remember that. See? So foxes dwell on it. What's a fox? A fox is a conniving creature. A subtle, conniving beast. But it's a dog, though. It's a type of a dog. Scavenger. A fox. See? Can't be trusted. A fox steals. A fox is a thief, too. It has this nature of stealing. So that's what they do. They walking around on lands that they stole. Give me one more. Give me Psalm 49:11. One last one. walking around on lands they stole. You can't master your situation if you're not aware of this. And you're not going to question them based on your awareness of these things. See? This is the whole thing. You see, they're saying certain laws apply to you just because you're here, but as if they own this place, when it's all the evidence in the world to show they stole this place. See, they've robbed the people of their use and enjoyment of the land. Thieves, foxes on the land. Give me Psalm 49:11. Read what you got.
Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
See, so they're going to come on land, steal the land, build houses on the land, and then think, well, that's just the way it's just going to continue to be forever. This is how they think. And you're a fool if you think along with them like that. You think that this place just going to continue on and on. I mean, things just going to improve and get better eventually. Well, yeah, but not before it gets worse. To the worst that it could get. Then it's going to get better. Remember, things go down according to prophecy like a woman in travail, coming to the days of her delivery where she about to bring forth. This is how it's going to be. Things going to intensify on the bad side before it gets better. Read on.
And their dwelling places to all generation.
See, their dwelling places, they think they're going to pass it down to generation. Read on.
They call their lands after their own names.
See? Right. Like Colombia, like America. America was going to be named Colombia. But it's like, nah, we're gonna name it after the navigator, Amerigo Vespucci. Right. So, I mean, you know, this is what they do. Africa, we think that Africa is named after a Roman general that defeated Hannibal in the Punic Wars. Look up the Punic Wars and Hannibal and see what was going on there, who was involved. There's a man named Africanus, Leo Scipio Africanus. So they call their lands after their own names. That's what they do. Thieves, foxes, liars, devils. Read on.
Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not.
Nevertheless, man being in honor abide not. Read on.
He is like the beast.
He's like the what?
The beast.
He's like the beast. Like a fox is a beast. That what?
That perish.
That what?
That perish.
That's what's going to end up happening to him, man. Man's just going to perish.
They will never share. That's why I have to burn them. Burn them, oh yeah. And they will never care. That's why I have to burn them. Burn them, oh yeah. And they will never hate. That's why I have to burn them. Blaze them, oh yeah. And I will never swear, but I will still burn them. Alright, me tell them, say, yo, Babylon, not tell we about them, care about we lifestyle. And not tell we say them have plans to we child. But say everything pretty, and them alone a smile. So them a fight over uranium and oil. I want the people blood to run like a aisle. Now make them press your heavens and send you for miles. This a last say I'm not gonna love them style. And we alone a work, and we alone a tile. And them alone sit up and a spend a lot of kyle. But make sure you don't have no plan for my Nile. And make sure you don't want for destroy the soil. And you put in at the lake of fire and tell yourself a boy, wow. They will never share. That's why I got to burn them. Burn them, oh yeah. They will never care. That's why I love to burn them. Blaze them, oh yeah. And they will never hate. And I have burn them. Burn them, oh yeah. will I burn them, wow. Alright then, yo. Me have to burn them up. We 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 have to burn them up. And send the whole of them figure live up. Alright. Them a prepare the youth them table and them alone a eat the food. Tell the youth them not in no trouble, still them send them go rude. If you love life so much, then now the gun include. Never want them to die where you send them go intrude. Violate them with the cable, want to turn them in a dude. Turn them woman and a prostitute, you want them walk round nude. Them this man the way that judgment may include. Rastafari and the wicked man can't walk in our shoes. I make them know this. Boom. No, they never care. That's why I have to burn them. Blaze them, oh yeah. And they will
thank
never
y'all
care. That's why I
for listening to another episode of Masterin The Matrix with Mim Z and Isaiah.
That's why I have to burn them.
Dropping some more truth for you to free you, free your mind. Once you understand this and master this yourself.
But I will never cease and I will never stop.
Stay tuned until next week.
This fire red hot. Yo, Babylon, me burn you right round the clock. Make sure it's upon the Rasta man door, no bother knock.
Peace out, people.
About no hip and no tell me about no up. No I hear about no flip, no I hear about no cop, no I.